Naughty Dog has finally shown the world what they were working on, and the internet is having a field day. I'm not even gonna say the name of the game yet or what the point is because I need to put up a screen to give context to what is happening out there. Okay, so I'm gonna put the screen up. Now be careful, it can be shocking. Might not expect it,
Oh my gosh.
but here it is. The name of their new game is Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet. Okay, so this is Intergalactic, right? So
That's
this
why
is
you are.
Naughty Dog's latest game. You know, it is that I mean, when we were watching it, I kind of mentioned right away that there was going to be an issue with this, right? Like you could just immediately see it.
Yep.
There was going to be an issue with this game, and you know, honestly, like I kind of get it. Like I'm not down for like the woke stuff, right? Like that's what they're doing. This is woke trash to them, right? This is what everybody's saying. This is like across the board. You go to this if you go to the channel and look at the comments and things. I think they stopped the comments. They turned off
They
comments on the
did.
official
It
video.
was
Because
unexpected.
yeah, because it was they were going in. Okay, they were going in on it. And you know, it's just that's the narrative, right? The narrative is that it's a woke, you know, game and they're kind of leaning into it. Um and you know the YouTube videos, Michael Yu says it's at 54,000 likes and 99,000 dislikes, right? And you know it's crazy because like for as a game like this, the whole woke thing is just wild for me, right? Like I can't like at the end of the day, you know, you got to judge the game for what it is, right? What you're going to experience, what you're going to play, right? Like if they had zoomed out and it was a dude shaving his head, there wouldn't be a discussion, right? But because it's her, it's a problem. Fine. Okay. I don't see it that way, but I don't care either way. The point to me and what I think my problem is not about that the woke shit, but I do feel like it's almost like, and I mentioned it earlier, and I think it's something that's like worth discussing here. And I do want to kind of get everybody's thoughts on this, but I feel like there's a bit of an overcorrection that's happening, right? And what I mean by that is obviously, you know, there was a time where it was all, you know, a certain type of person that was represented in the games, right? It's just kind of what it was. Um, and then, you know, obviously times change and they have a lot more representation now. And now, you know, I feel I don't know if we're just like on this like bubble of all these developers who are making a game at the same time and we're all trying to say, okay, we're going to put our stamp on that movement. And then it's like all of a sudden, you know, years later, these games are finally coming out or being shown. And it's like every game is the same. You know what I'm saying? Like they're all coming out like this now. And I feel like there is a balance that we're kind of losing here, right? Like, you know, the whole idea I think was not to eliminate all the other stuff, is more to like find
To
a
balance it out.
balance.
Yes.
Yeah, to like balance it out. And you know, I feel like every major game now is like is all the same. It's all the same. Like it's all the same type of situation. And I don't know. I feel like we need to kind of figure out where that balance is gonna be. Um, because it's like, I don't know, it's like it's a lot, I think. Again, I have no it's not the woke bullshit. Like that shit doesn't matter to me, but I do feel like shit. Like how can we like how many different ways you're going to put these characters where we can't just you know have multiple or shit, give us like a choice, you know, do something. Like let's get somewhere. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too far into it. Like in my mind, but it's just like I don't know. I feel like it's a bit too far with everything being the same now. Like like every game is trying to do this kind of, you know, this type of game, dude. Like, I obviously I'm trying to be careful. I don't want to say like I'm not trying to like
No,
offend
I'm just
people and shit.
laughing
Like,
at
it's not.
Force's comment. Um,
Oh shit.
Bro, make
but
that bitch a bodybuilder. Oh shit. It's again like I'm trying not to be whatever, but it's like, you know, because I don't feel that way with that other stuff. Like I'm not into that
I
shit.
feel like it's just okay. So it's just everyone is doing it. And I thought that we were supposed to try to find a balance, right? And make it kind of fair, right? But when we're going so extreme in the other direction, then where's the balance, right? Um, Listen, maybe it's a situation that everyone wants to correct the situation, and that's why we're seeing it like this. It's not coming from just that one place delivering 15 games in one shot, and they're choosing to go ahead and make the
Yeah.
change, right? So everyone, I think, being a part of it and it happening, these games are coming out from different studios, and so you're kind of feeling or seems as if it's just a lot, right? Rather than, oh, their next game, they're doing this to correct what has been happening. But I do feel like because the games that are coming out are kind of going ahead and trying to make it right, it seems like every game is becoming kind of like the same type of thing, or having this sometimes almost not even a genuine situation take place, just trying to be a part of the movement. It's almost not even a genuine situation, and it's more of a, okay, so we got to jump on board and do the same. Because it seems like even though games are being affected by it, everybody feels like they need to go ahead and make things right? But again, we do need the balance. Maybe there's a way where, if we can, this is the problem, is taking away from the graphics that we're looking at and the game that we're seeing, because all of this is taking place. But it's I feel what you're saying. It seems like it's just all leaning into one direction rather than just let's go ahead and balance things out.
I mean, that I don't know. I feel that. I mean, it could just be everybody trying to say, okay, for our next game, we want to, you know, flip the script or do something like that. But I mean, it doesn't seem like he's like this is Naughty Dog. They essentially left that behind after Last of Us 1, right? Last of Us 2 really went hard in this direction, I would say. Um,
Yes, it did.
so they
It
didn't
did.
really like they just kind of kept it in the same direction as opposed to like going back to an Uncharted. Like, obviously, this could have been an opportunity to bring back another like Uncharted type person, right? Like a Nathan Drake, you know, but they want to kind of go in this way, and that's fine. Like, I don't care. It just seems like it's less about this particular game in general and more so just about I feel like every like Star Wars, right? Like it's all like every big game that came out or is coming out seems to be focused in this direction. And I don't know how much like I think it's like you hear so much negativity about it too. Like so many people talking shit about it. You can't even like enjoy. Like like I already. If you guys watched it live, I tell you what
Yeah.
it is. Naughty Dog is one of my favorite
Yeah.
studios, so I'm pumped for this shit. Like finally they're releasing the
Oh
game.
my gosh.
Uh,
The chat is so freaking funny. I'm sorry.
Space
The
Lice is that what I'm hearing? She might have space lice.
360 said maybe she has space lice.
Yeah, I know, right? I know.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
yeah, that's wild. Hold on, Zach Riley. We're um that is wild. That is wild. But I don't know. I just feel like it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you do kind of want to be like, all right, like how many times do I want to play as the same characters, right? Like it's cool, tell those stories, no doubt,
Yeah.
right? But like again, I just feel like there's like an
I think you're bringing
overcorrection
it
because
back to like
everybody
The
is
Last of Us 2, right? Where they had kind of like, and listen,
like they killed off Joel. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right,
yes.
dog, like you killed off Joel. I mean Joel, and then it's like then you had that whole line, which again, I love Last of Us 2, right? So, but you killed him off, and then it's like, I don't know, you killed off Uncharted, right? Like
Mm.
Uncharted is dead too, right? So Nathan Drake is, retired somewhere.
When you have a set character and you're trying to go ahead and have people maybe kind of like see themselves in that character, you're gonna, you I mean, I guess it's not like when you go ahead and you customize the character, right? Where you can go ahead and try to have a kind of look alike, right? You have options on what you want to do with your character. uh, People will still feel left out no matter what direction you take, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean that every girl is going to see themselves in this character, right? So you're still leaving people out. It's a tricky situation
Yeah, I mean, I guess it does. Yeah, I mean, I guess that is a point too, right? Like, no
because
matter how you
we're
cut
talking
it.
about being like inclusive and kind of just
Mhm.
having, making sure that you right the wrongs, right? And you bring in those female characters, but then, how about just customizing everybody just, it's able to before the story begins, let's go ahead and do that instead.
It's funny though, because you think that makes sense, right? Like I brought it up, and then you just brought it up, right? Like you would think that that's the solution, but then when you
Yep.
give people the opportunity to make their own character, people are pissed that you let people make their own characters. So it's like, motherfucker, which way? Like I just want, I don't know, man. I feel like
Yep.
at a certain point you start feeling like you're hearing the same stories, even though they're coming from different
Yes.
people. But it's like you're like,
People are not happy anyways is the point you're trying to get to. They're going to complain
exactly.
because maybe they don't have my exact hair color or complexion or my nails don't look that way. Like
Or I only
it
got one leg. You know what I'm saying? How come I can't have just one leg in the game? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
But yeah, like this is the thing. Like no matter what, in some way or another, there's still room for complaining or having an issue with what's presented to you, the lack of or too much. Um, it is it's a video game, right? And if I think that just even as a developer, you can't do it for the sake of checking off the boxes, right? Because we as consumers feel that too, right? So you kind of have to just authentically go ahead and follow your path. These are video game characters, right? So it's just a game. They're not real characters. But it's all about like kind of getting wrapped up in the story and playing the game. You're telling a story. So tell your story however you have to tell it. And it's just crazy that we're getting to the point where things have to be set up a certain way or people have such issues with especially since we get so many games nowadays. It's like it's still not enough. Every game is not going to hit exactly as you want it to.
Agreed.
And there's also room for change. So if we're getting different versions of characters in games, that should also be received well, right? I saw somebody brought up Stellar Blade and how they did it right, and now this is a different protagonist, and they have her story to tell. But it should never be with the check off, like, okay, well, we got this, we did that,
Well, but I guess that's where like I don't like that's where I fall off of it, because like I don't care. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't want her. So let me, before I say that, look, there's we got a homie Sci-Fi Pimp. Thank you for being here. Thank you for
Yo,
the
what's
$5 super chat.
good? Thank you,
Says, so
love.
is it woke if she looked like the girl from Stellar Blade? Do we go back to man babies running things? So no, right? So again, I'm not advocating for this idea. I don't want her to have like more feminine traits. Like that's not gonna do the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't um really matter.
It's not going to fix
No, and
anything.
even in Stellar Blade, we talk shit about Stellar Blade all the time, because it's like you only did that to
Sexualized,
sexualize her,
yes.
you don't care about the game, right? She should
Mhm.
have been less sexualized, more focused on, like, if the game was good, it should have been able to stand on its own 2 feet and not have to focus on, look at where I can stick the camera and look at what I can see and look at all this shit. And it's like, all right, dude, like, come on, we know you got Pornhub, bro. You don't need this. All right. You don't need this, bro. Like, stop. Um, but the point is like, it's not, that would have just felt stupid if she was doing that. Like, this is much more appropriate. It's not about the fact that it's, her. Um, it's about the fact that I feel like we're getting so many of them. And you nailed it, babe. I think it's just a matter of the fact that it's um
Different companies,
different
different
companies, different
studios,
studios
and
who
it's
started
all
years
yeah.
ago are like, all right, we're gonna make ours, right? Which is fine. And again, it's not, I already said that I'm actually really pumped for this game. I don't care about this particular character. Actually, when we were watching it in 4K, we were talking about how dope it looked.
It looks the
A lot of
game,
attention to
and
detail.
that's what annoys me. The focus is all about, and by the way, the character looks freaking amazing. If we actually talk about the game and what they're delivering here and the potential story that they are going to tell, like, and that should be the focus. And
Yeah.
everyone is just it's so quick to use the word woke and like and prejudge things. I don't know. What do you guys feel? I've been
Bro, no one cares. No one cares. I remember when
No, no,
back in
no.
the
I mean,
day.
so
a
many
lot
people
of
care.
people care.
That's
That's
why
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
talking about it, dog.
yeah, yeah,
It's
of
like
And
course, of course.
nonstop. It's like
yes. That's
nonstop.
the thing. It's just back to back to back, and they feel the need, like some people are
Yeah,
feeling a need to create a big issue about this
yeah,
and try to bury games. Like
yeah,
literally they had to turn off the comments because of the way that people were coming in.
yeah. The way I see it, man, like you guys said, if it makes me feel like it's like it's not being like a thing they done from the heart in these games. In most cases, it's just for marketing. Let's include everybody, so like more people buy it and whatnot, which is fine. At the end of the day, that's what they're making the game for, right? To sell it, but yeah, it feels like it's a bit too much. But also it's like I remember back in the day when we used to like just look forward to a game to see whether it looked good or bad, whether it would play good or whether it was ugly, whether it was like nice or fun or whatever. And now we're looking at like some other shit that doesn't even belong here in video games, bro. Because at the end of the day, like we play this, we do this to get away from the real shit that we go through in life. Most of us, I believe this is what we do, right? And this is why we love video games so much, because it's like sort of like let you run away a little bit from your problems, right? Let you like like cope, right? It is basically like a coping mechanism, especially when you're going through some hardships in life. So I mean, in my opinion, this shit don't belong in video games, politics, or nothing. Like it should be something natural that comes naturally with the lore of the game. Naturally, like a well-developed character. That you know what I mean? That it makes sense, and it shouldn't be like every game, because like obviously not everybody is a like one of these people. Like at the end of the day, like you say, like by being so inclusive, they're lifting out like people who are not into any of this. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like yeah, like it should be like like a little bit for each gamer. And like you said, Simone, like sometimes they give you the option to do whatever the hell you want with the character, and people still complain. So how do you make people happy? So I mean, the way I see it is like let the developers, right, like do whatever the hell they want to do, and speak with your wallet. If you don't really like it, like don't buy it, and then maybe they'll learn. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, I seen Dragon Age the Veil Guard, right? That is one of the games that everybody spoke about, like being woke or not, whatever. And look, I'm looking at it like, not from that perspective, because I don't give a damn. I'm looking at it like, is it a good game? Does it has like good
It
mechanics in there?
is.
Does it have like a nice
It is.
story and maybe like
Gameplay's dope.
besides the bullshit, it's actually cool? Would it be a good experience or something? That's the way I'm looking at it now. The other thing is like they shouldn't be pushing this in everybody, right? And whenever a game contains something like this, it shouldn't be for children. This is the way I see it. It should be the minute that it has something like this, it should be rated M for mature, at least, or 18 plus, whatever. Don't make T for teens, or for everyone, and then have a bunch of like stupid sexualized and over sexualized shit that kids don't care about, that gamers really don't care about. Like, okay,
Yeah.
so from a point of view, as a human, you care about these issues because they real and they go on in society, right? But as a gamer, I don't give a shit because I play games to get away from all this bullshit. So, it's sort of like, back and forth, but at the same time, right? Like games like the VOGAR, I wish listed because I saw they had like a nice sale, and I was like, maybe whatever. I give it a shot on the EA free whatever, and then because I'm into RPGs, you know what I'm saying? I want to check it out, but at the same time, it's like I don't know how much that shit will bother me, right? So this is like, like it sort of like keep you on your toes and keep you more aware about from about the games you buy, right? But at the same time, it's like it's not a big deal to me, right? It's like first, is the game good? Is it worth it playing? Is it gonna be a good experience? Because for years we've seen like woke stuff in games. Mass Effect regarded as one of the like best games ever made, had a bunch of like gay shit in there. You know what I'm saying? And the same goes on with other games like Grand Theft Auto. I don't know if you guys play the Ballad of Gay Tony. It was amazing, and
It
a lot of
was.
people would have like it would have like
If that
not
game released
played.
today, that would have been a
The,
problem.
no, yeah, they would not play that expansion because it had gay in it. But you know what? It was a different time. I wasn't even thinking about like that. I was like, oh, who's this dude? I want to meet him to see what it's about. It's gonna be my new boss. It's gonna be my new enemy. I wonder what the hell is going on. I played the hell out of like the Ballads of Gay Tony because it was like, in my opinion, and it's like to this day one of the best expansions ever. You play like the
Very
Dominican
good.
dude. It was like, bro, it was fire. It was yeah, loco. Like the way that like everything, it was perfect. It was perfect. So I mean, there you go. That's my opinion. I honestly don't care about it. Does it bother me? Yeah, I don't care about it as a gamer. In real life, do I believe that everybody deserves love no matter what they do in the free time and in their sexual acts or whatever? Of course. Should they be like dropped on children's faces and people out of age? No, it shouldn't. And I think they should work on it and make it more organic, more natural, rather than like being something that's being pushed like super hard. You know what I'm saying? That's
I
the way I
agree
see
with
it.
you.
Make
You
it make
said
it more
something so
natural.
important about,
Yeah,
kind of like the younger kids, right?
yeah,
Obviously, kids should not, they're very easily influenced, especially at a younger age. And I think that to kind of shove this type of things in their face, it's a whole different thing. When you're older,
yeah.
that's different, but kids may not
They
are
don't
not
they don't know.
usually thinking about these things and don't know about these things. They're innocent, right? So let's keep that mentality out of the way for as long as possible when it comes to actual, like you said, sexualizing and stuff like that, right? I
Yeah.
do think we have to protect the young kids. It's a big deal. But so it should be done responsibly.
Mhm.
And they already have like a lot of things with like school and everything else that they should be able to figure things out on their own rather than the world telling them what's what. But when it comes to like the game and like as grown people, obviously, listen, the one thing is that it's a video game and people are not realizing that people could be there are people out there offended by some of they're forgetting that there are people out there that could be offended by the way that some of these things are handled, right? I think awareness when things are put out there, it's important.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Um.
ultimately, I think that that's more of that's like a
Yeah.
different situation because that's, people can do what you want and you're responsible for your kids.
Yeah.
So, you should be aware of what,
What they're
they're playing.
playing
And if
and
you don't
Yeah.
yep,
like what's in there, then don't allow
and
it.
what they're
If
watching.
that's your
Yep.
own, that's your own path with your kid, to figure out what you want for them and what you are okay with and what not okay with. That's no one could tell you how to raise your kid, but
Yeah. Of
Right, yours
course.
says, yeah, parents should not get Grand Theft Auto 6 for
no, they
kids.
shouldn't.
Yeah.
They
No.
shouldn't, right? You just gotta be aware of it for everything, and same thing with TV and shows and
Yes.
movies. You know, there's a lot of different stuff that you gotta just make those choices for your own family, your own
Yep.
kids. So
Hmm.
it
Agree.
doesn't matter
And you
what
have to
anybody
look at
else
your
does.
situation as to how mature your children are, right? Some just can't
Yes.
handle it, and maybe there are some
Yeah.
that really, really can. And it's like, well, you have to make the determination, right?
Yeah.
How they'll take it, right? So either way,
Yeah. So, so I'm gonna get you real quick, Hargy, but we just got a sci-fi pimp with the $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you, homie.
Thank you,
Says the
love.
real meaning of woke has been co-opted and turned into something
Yeah.
political, and versions of ist gamers are not exempt from pop propaganda. Facts. I mean, that's what we know, right? And that's why it's so stupid that it started for a very real reason, and then all those type of people took it and wanted to flip it and weaponize it, and they succeeded. I mean, you can, no matter what you feel about it, they succeeded. The way that people look at that word now, who are obviously not in the know, right? So obviously if you know what it is, then you know what it is, right? But the people who don't and hear the word, right, they have co-opted it. They've been successful. It now has a new meaning
It
to
does.
a
It
lot of these
changed what
people.
what it means.
Yeah. You know, we need to start getting into like maybe stop with the humans for a while. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back to video games when you're a fucking animal or a made up goddamn
Yep.
creature, or make me a fucking
To keep
robot.
everybody happy.
You know what I'm saying? Put me in a
Yeah.
fucking in an armor so that I can't
Yeah.
see what I am. You know what I'm saying? Just let me just
That'll be
play
a
the
problem
game, bro. I don't want
That'll
to
be
be.
a problem too.
Yo, I wanted to point that out. Yeah, it feels like they like video games now. They're more like movies. Like they're trying to make it like they give you this like sentimental attachment to a character. When back in the day, like one of the like most important characters didn't even have a backstory. Like look at Mario. Like it's like literally like one of the most played games ever, and the story's like waka shit. Waka shit. Like, let's keep it real. It's the worst story ever. But it's
Well,
like,
that
you know,
story that's like a
come on.
tale as old as time, right? That's like the old stories of like the knights who rescue the
Yeah.
princess, right? Like that's fairy tale style, and they took that
Yeah.
style and they made it what Mario's about,
Except
right?
they're
Mario's
plumbers
constantly
cleaning
saving this
pipes.
bitch. And he goes down a green pipe he can't fit in. But this is what it is. Like she kind of how they make a game over and over again where this bitch keeps getting taken. Like, what type of security does this princess have? I don't even think she's a real
Seriously.
princess.
Seriously, I think
You know
at
what I'm
this point she's just leaving with Bowser.
Yeah. But what I'm
Facts.
trying to say, like, why
No,
not
remember,
go
hold on, I'm
back?
sorry. Remember that
Yeah.
fucking video, baby? That song.
Oh my gosh.
Remember
I wish we had it so we could play it.
that she's for the streets. Remember that
Hilarious.
princess is for the streets.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
When
I've
Mario's
seen
not
that
looking.
on
Yeah,
Instagram.
that
Oh my
Bowser's like
gosh.
Bowser say so. Everybody's trying to tell him like, "Yo,
Hilarious.
don't do it."
So good.
Oh my god! All right, my bad. All right, go ahead,
Yeah.
Demo. I didn't mean to cut you off. It came
Nah,
out
it's
right in
so
my head. I
good,
was like, "Oh
man.
man."
Hey, listen, what I'm trying to say, man, is like, um, I hope like you don't miss out on opportunities of playing great games just because of some shit in there that might you may not agree with it. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe that's like happen half a second and that's it, it's gone. And then you move on. You don't even, you know what I mean, pay that much attention from playing a great game, right? But at the end of
Yeah,
the day, that's your choice. Like, that's just the way I would do it. I'll be like, bro, like, maybe if he has a lot, right? Like a lot of that shit, like, then maybe it'll become uncomfortable. But I mean, hey, we're all grown ups, and it's like, it's not a big deal. We can handle it. Uh,
Yeah.
but I hopefully like they stop doing that shit. Like try to make everything so dramatic about somebody struggling in personal life. How about like going back to like superhero people who want to like save the world because they were inspired for something that, you know what I mean? Let's go back to that shit, man. Let's go back to like the good stuff, positive vibes. Not everything has to be depressing. Not everything has to be emo. You don't have to like show me a cup of coffee in a rainy window or on a window, from a window during a rainy day, the snow falling, somebody lonely in there in the cafeteria and shit, like in a diner. Like, bro, like, come on, stop it, like, man. Bring back the good vibes, bro, and keep the politics and everything out of these
Lighthearted.
games. And as a gamer, just vote with your wallet, man. Play whatever the hell you want. Don't allow anybody to tell you not to play a game because you give it a shot by yourself. If you have the chance, try it out yourself, man. It might be a good game. Into the developers that are developing these games, like pay attention to what you're doing and the feedback, right? Like these developers right now, like Naughty Dog, is like, man, they didn't like the hair. Like we said when we just watched the reveal, we said we don't know the backstory. So this is like one of the points that I bring. Like, I don't know what the hell happened. Maybe this is a disguise. Like,
Let me tell you the real thing that happened. Naughty Dog was looking at their tech and they're like, bro, we can't make hair look good. Let's have her shave this shit off and we don't got to worry about no hair physics. We're done. Just let it be and we're good. You know what I'm saying? I think maybe that's it. Nah, just fuck with y'all.
Nah. I don't know. I feel like it might be a
good.
good game, bro. It might be a good game. Naughty Dog, they make great games.
I mean, Naughty Dog, I'm ready.
Yeah. Shit.
All right. Hardgeek.
Yeah,
see you.
Yeah, I mean the controversy stuff. Like I didn't even see that controversy stuff. I'll just say this: like usually people who are sort of military, they have these kind of hairstyles. I didn't even think that was a big deal, but maybe it is. I don't know. I'm not sure where that comes from. I'm just expecting this is some sort of ex-military person that's like a mercenary that's like going for a bounty or something like that. That's what it seems like to me.
Yeah,
anyway.
it seems like she's a bounty hunter.
And so, and if you're a bounty hunter, that hairstyle is pretty normal. I don't see that being a big deal. But I don't know what the woke part of this is. I didn't see anything. Like it's not like this person is.
It's a minority woman,
trans person or something like that.
With
and
a
I
haircut.
don't care
that's
about
their problem.
I don't care about the ethnicity of the person at all. I don't give a shit. Like that just never occurs to me. I don't care. Right. This just looks like a mercenary for hire. And that hairstyle is pretty common with those kind of people. I didn't give a shit. I was looking more at the game itself. What is it going to offer? You can definitely the facial features being represented very well. It's really good graphically there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I like the style. This is an 80s style, obviously, right? You can kind of see like even when they're saying from the creators of it, and it has that like that 80s style, like graphics thing. The TV, right? This analog TV playing anime. You have the CD play.
Like, we were talking about what they have on the TV. Are they going to incorporate that into the game somehow?
Right. So it does have that kind of flair of like older styles, and like your transmission there, the communications is spotty and wavy and it's like very like old style stuff. Like dude, like we kind of
I'm gonna tell you, Harky, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Like
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you know what exactly remind me of? Starfield type of technology.
Well, Starfield actually has future technology, right? Whereas this is retro technology, right? And that's cool.
So this is kind of the vibe they want to have. Yes.
Yeah. So it's kind of and that's fine. It is what it is, right? That's kind of the vibe they're going for. So it feels like it's gonna. And I don't know how much they're gonna really dig into it. It could be very amusing if they go back to like the 80s sci-fi style and like totally play into it. It certainly seems like they're trying to do that. Right. But I don't know what the game is because that would actually be kind of entertaining. I don't know. I just it'd be kind of different to go back to the people probably don't care who are younger, but that's our time. Right. For me, if you're going back to the 80s, right, the 90s when we had these kind of things, it'd be kind of cool to see something in that vein. I don't know but I'm willing to give it a chance. I didn't see anything specifically woke and whatever. I didn't see anything here. It just looks like it's a game where you're sort of playing a story of a bounty hunter. And fair enough. I just want to see what that means. They had a quote from a place that I'm not aware of and a language I'm not aware of. So I'd love to see what the actual story is behind it. And so it's a good tease. I think it's a good tease.
Yeah.
I just don't like you were saying, CMoney, I think there's a little bit too much push. And this is what I was always worried about, right? If you do too much on one side, the pendulum will swing way too much on the other side. And that's exactly what happens. And hopefully it doesn't go violent, but it usually does. And that's my main concern, is that the people that you're trying to protect the most are the ones that usually get harmed the most because you went too far. Right. And then that kind of sucks. Right. So I hope that doesn't happen. But, you know, human history, it's sucky. It just is what it is. So, but yeah, I think a lot of people kind of, this was baked in probably years ago, right? They started this in 2020, right? And so I think a lot of people at that time were looking to do these kind of things. But I don't know that that's represented here. But a lot of those games are now coming out, and now you're seeing all the output that, from the 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, right? From that time frame now is kind of coming out. And so you're seeing a whole bunch of games that are doing those kind of things. Maybe it just feels like a whole bunch at the same time, right? Whatever it is. I hate the backlash going too far. It's like, we got to calm down. Sometimes it just seems like, in some cases it's fair. I get it. In some cases it's fair. But in some cases you're just piling on for no reason. And you need to really calm down a bit and let the thing come out. We've talked about this before, where you might see a developer who has very specific views, like the Avowed guy there. I can't remember, is it Matt something, whatever his name was.
Yes.
And like, he might have very specific political views. And again, everybody has political views. If I went by that, I'd never watch anything. I'd never listen to anything. I'd never play anything. No, to hell with that. I don't care. Is the content good for me? Am I happy playing it? Good enough. I got to just deal with that, right? And if the movie's good for me, like, do you think all the actors in Lord of the Rings, I agree with every one of their politics? No. But am I going to enjoy the hell out of Lord of the Rings? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I'm going to enjoy those movies. They're freaking awesome, right? So why should I not enjoy the content, right? That's just the way. So that's how I look at it. If the content itself is offensive to you, don't play, don't buy. I get it. If it's good, if it seems like it's reasonable. Oh, and demo, remember, you're gonna get Game Pass is gonna have Dragon Age. So I don't know when that comes out. Maybe it's another 3 months. If you're still iffy, just wait.
Yeah. I was like, it's right there. It's on sale. That was like $30 or something, $29 or something like that. I was like, oh yeah, for that, maybe I will
go for it if you want to buy it, right? But yeah, so that's how I see it. I'm not sure what the specific issue is with this one where it's woke. What I did find interesting is the product placement. Porsche, as you're seeing on the screen.
Porsche, Adidas.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Sony. I thought that was interesting. I don't know what that really means. Are we going to see a lot more of that? And by the way, there used to be product placement in the 80s and 90s in movies, and you used to get paid for that product placement, right? So maybe
sponsorship. That's exactly
right.
What is taking place.
Which is what I'm really excited. I actually am kind of excited to see something, from that era come back in a funny way. Like, that is actually kind of amusing. Be cool. So,
it was really dope to see Porsche. It was really dope to see Porsche, for sure.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see what they do with it. If this is like a jokey thing that they're doing, or if it's like, no, this is the Sony move to try to make money on games.
Yes, and we're getting paid.
Right.
Maybe it has commercials.
Right? Oh my gosh, that would be wild. That would be wild.
Facts.
So look, I'm looking forward to what they do with this, right? It could be very entertaining. I right now it's a meh to me. I don't know because I haven't seen enough, but I'm willing to give it a chance. I just want to see more, and see what this really comes. So a year or two, we'll see what this really is, and then we'll find out if it's something I want to go.
So in an interview, what's his name? Druckmann said that he was inspired by
Oh
Akira.
my gosh, that makes so much sense.
So the homie Zach Riley sent me a tweet from somebody who just out of this trailer just took a few seconds of the things and mashed it up with Akira.
Even the jacket that she's wearing, it's
so check it out.
It matches the bike. Why am I blanking out? Her ship.
Yeah.
It matches his bike.
So check it out. Check it out.
Sense.
Check out the way that they do it, right? So I'm gonna turn off the volume. So we're gonna share this. Go here. and check it out.
Yes.
So it's
Of
literally
course. Oh my gosh.
like very well,
Very obvious. You see it once you know, you instantly it just clicks.
yeah, it's just, I mean, literally, it's just that little piece right there, and maybe this is like, I mean, this is a reach right there, but this part for sure, the putting in the numbers, getting your
This part, even when
the
when
music.
he takes off with the bike and her ship, it has that same vibe. Yeah, I
Yeah.
see it. I see it. The jacket, everything. That's pretty dope. And even now, also like I see the connection. Even the cartoons on the TV make a little more sense as well.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, look, for me, something like this is dope. I did see Amit. Go ahead. Where is it? Right here. Says, I just wish they held off on showing this game until they had gameplay to show. Sony this gen has relied too much on CGI in-engine trailers, whereas last gen they would have never. So this is the thing, Sony is at the point where I just want to, I want them to tell us what they're working on instead of this ghost shit of just like, hey, every once in a while we'll just randomly drop a fucking trailer. Just do a fucking showcase and be like, hey, we're making Ghost of Yote, we're making fucking Intergalactic, we're making fucking whatever bullshit other games they're probably making.
Baby
You know what I'm
steps. Delay but
Like-
coming.
Just fucking announce it so that at least we can size it up. We could say, all right, look at these games coming. Are they going to be good? Are they not going to be good? Chances are probably not going to be great. But Naughty Dog, for me, I'm a fan of Naughty Dog. I do want to know what they're working on, and now we do, right? At the end, though, I will say at the end, though, it looks like it is a little gameplay, right? Like a little bit, a snippet. It looks like
At the
obviously
end, like
not
what you're about to get into, they just give you like a little, a little preview of and listen, when she's running up, it looks freaking amazing. The water splashes, that sword is sick. So if I don't know if we're gonna get into talking about the actual game, but it's right off the get-go. Like I remember when I saw, I was like, oh, this is beautiful, and it's just crisp. What we're seeing is crisp. The reflection on the monitor is just beautiful. When she's shaving her head, you see the scars on the back of her head. So detailed. There is so much. Even like the tattoos on her body, they look real, right? I think they made a beautiful character, and I think that the game looks really good. And if we know about Naughty Dog, one of the many great things that they do,
beautiful character model, like attention to detail.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Like when you say beautiful character,
like when you
like
see,
the model, like attention
when
to detail.
When you see like even yes, the attention to detail, when you even like the way that they did the eyebrows, the way that they said it, like the tattoos, like it's all very well done, right? The way that it looks, even the lady that she's speaking to, like she has the patch, but like you see all the detail scars that she has, and I don't know if they're going to get into how she ended up that way. And there must be like a nice a very dense story, because again, Naughty Dog, one of the many things that they're known for is delivering a very deep, dense story. So we may be able to be getting that as well if they spend it looks like they spend money. When you go back to Ghost of Yote, right, and you see what that was, and then you look at this snippet, you see the quality, right? You see what they're working on. When she's sitting there talking to her, in her eyes and like the mannerism, you see that and you feel that she's thinking, right? So like they're able to portray this through just like the gestures. I appreciate all of that, right? Those are the little details that immerse you into a game. So yes, when we're looking at seeing something for what it is and looking at all the little details and the action that she's about to get into, I mean, I see the game. So I think that if we focus on what it is and what they're delivering, it has a lot of potential.
Now, I will say, like, there was no date on this game.
No.
It was a little too crisp. Because
It
we know the
was
PlayStation ain't got it like that.
Very crisp.
You know what I'm saying? And we know that pisser ain't no way, no shape, no form gonna be able to work at that level the way that they showed that game. So in that respect, yes, it's definitely more CGI than anything else, right? Do they set you up with maybe like the perspective of what gameplay is going to look like at the end, like more that over the shoulder, blah blah blah, and how it's going to play out? Sure, but way too crisp. The ray tracing or the reflections were way too, like, there's no version of that is running on a PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
But that is, so going back to Amit Kumar, right? And he's saying, I wish that they just waited off so that we can see more of the gameplay and everything like that. Like, how is the end product going to be?
Yeah, we're not going to see that for years, right?
Exactly.
But they've been working on it for 5 years.
Well, they've been working on updating their engine, and now they're also putting in the content. This is a CGI trailer, though, right?
Yeah.
So it's probably not representative of the game. To your point, it probably at this point they are a PC publisher as well, so they're probably just showing you RTX like 4090 or 5090 level, whatever the heck they can show you, right? Why not? Because what the heck? Xbox did the same thing before.
Logo.
Yeah, well, Xbox did the same thing before, right? And we were telling them, no. When you're showing the graphics, we want to see the game in the Xbox Series X because that's what we're going to play on as a console player. Don't tell me what it looks like on the PC. I already know it's going to kick ass over there, right? And so that was one of the complaints we had, and they had to kind of tone back. And they usually now show the game when they're showing any gameplay. They show it on the Series X, right? But nothing stopping PlayStation from saying we put our games on PC. Why can't we show you the PC version? So
I mean, by then this is probably dropping day and date for sure. I definitely think they'll
look. I would love them to do that. It just makes sense at some point. Like, if you just want to make money, then that's the thing you do, right? But like, your consoles are selling. It doesn't matter, right? The people who are going to go buy your consoles are going to buy your consoles. So whatever, just put a PC day and date. Be done with it.
Mongoose Mile put it as a PC only game. They're taking it to the next level. To the next level. They're not even going to release it on.
We don't know if this is the next gen game. This might be a PS6 game, right? We don't know, because like this is years away, right? This is like a picture of the future type thing. That's what Keeley was saying. This is not coming out 25 or 26. This is years away. So it might be a 28 game for all we know.
So that is true. That is true. And it may be a game that, considering what just took place after they went ahead and showed the game, potentially we may not really get to see. I mean, we know how they are with decisions and stuff like that. If they have to cut something out, they would. But we may not see this game. And that's the reality.
What do you mean? May not see this game like
ever. They may. I mean, it's
for them to come out with it. Like, they haven't released any games at all. Like, they haven't announced any games. For them to come out and announce it, it's at the point where it's close enough.
I don't think. Do not believe that they were expecting this type of response. So are they going to go ahead and figure out what they can do? Because they can't afford to put a game like this out and people not respond to it.
That's the bigger threat for them.
So exactly.
They
so
can't
the fact
afford
that they hadn't even shut off the comments when they were probably thinking, okay, look at what we put together. People are their jaws are going to drop. And then to go ahead and see the reaction that people have, I mean, what does that mean? Michael said that there are 56,000 likes and 90,000 thumbs down. Like, it's not. People are making it their point to let them know that they're not happy with what they saw.
And they turned off comments, right? So you don't even know if it's specifically something that we could see in the comments, like, hey, this specific.
Well,
thing
people
bugged
saw
me, or...
in the comments. They saw in the comments. The
And
comments
what was
were
it?
live.
What was
No, it was live, and then they turned it off. It's not that they put out the trailer
No,
and you couldn't do
because of
comments.
the comments, they turned them
Because of the
off.
comments, they turned
that
it
people
off.
were.
Yeah, and I
People
want.
were
Hopefully
doing
there
the
was like
woke
correlation
stuff.
there of. But
It was all
what?
about
I
woke.
want to know what was it? Just the lady is like a lady. The lady is
bro. No, she's a minority. She's a woman. She's not. No, she's bald. She's not like a Victoria's Secret model working out in the.
Well, she seems Asian.
Out in space.
And
yeah, but they don't care about the rationale. They want Stellar Blade.
That's the thing.
That doesn't make sense either, Hargeet. She's going to battle.
That's what's crazy.
She doesn't wear skin tight outfits, bro.
Yes. See, but that's the thing. To go into battle, her outfit makes more sense than Stellar Blades, but Stellar Blades is acceptable, but her outfit is not in this game, right? So, like, it's not about what makes sense or not, or what's real or not. Like, it's just what people are okay having out there.
I don't understand what the heck they're complaining about. I'm confused by it, but whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I understand it when it's like directly something
I get
weird,
what you mean.
right? But like, I just don't see this as weird at all. I just don't like.
Harky, they even doing it to City from The Witcher 4.
I
That's
know. I was
amazing.
watching the freaking comments demo. I'm watching the comments for the actual Game Awards live
They just
stream,
don't
and they're
know.
talking about
They just
this is
don't
woke.
know
Why
anything
is there a
about
woman?
these
I'm like, you
games.
have not played any Witcher game. Tell me you have not played any Witcher game, because this
These
was
dudes are not. They're not gamers like that, though. You know what I'm
There's
saying?
people who don't play games like that. They don't know that City trained with Geralt. You know what I'm saying? That he trained her to be a Witcher too. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if she went through the process. I don't know anything after that, but maybe she went through the thing. A lot of people.
Oh, did you watch the interview with Paris?
No, I didn't actually.
Yeah, Paris had an interview right after the Game Awards with the CD Projekt Red team.
Nice.
So go watch it. It does go into some of these details. So check it out.
That's dope. Yeah, like,
I
you know, I don't
actually.
I don't know.
Actually, they themselves did their own breakdown.
That was so.
I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yes,
the CD Projekt Red did
that one.
Yeah, they did an 8-minute breakdown of the trailer.
Trailer deep dive. Yes.
Man,
and maybe Naughty Dog needs to do that here. But look, if it's just generically you can't be Asian, you can't be a woman, then I mean, F off. I don't understand. Like, the majority of people on this planet are Asian. Let's just be very clear about that. The majority of people on this planet are Asian. So get over it. Right? I don't even know where the heck these people are from.
I mean,
I don't think it's not like an Asian. It's not about being Asian. It's about being a minority, right? So if she was black, Spanish, anything, doesn't matter. It's just because she's a minority. She's a woman. She's minority, again not the like Hollywood idea of beauty, right? Like all this other stuff.
A bunch of nonsense.
It's just all bullshit, right? It's all bullshit. It's all reasons for them to do it. But it is. I mean, again,
really then they have to F off. That's just way too far. That's bullshit. Come on.
All I can tell you is I've been playing Cyberpunk 2027 recently, and I'm telling you this, man. CD Projekt Red, they crazy, bro. They're wild. This game is amazing.
I gotta play.
Insane.
I gotta play the Phantom Liberty.
Yeah,
I want to play.
It's got a discount on Steam.
You haven't played it yet?
$20 on Steam.
No,
like that.
No, I bought it. I just haven't.
You got it already?
Okay. Yeah, I just haven't had time because I know this is the thing. Cyberpunk, like, I don't talk about it too much, but like Cyberpunk, when it came out,
oh my gosh,
it became essentially one of my favorite franchises. Like, I love Cyberpunk. Like, I have statues all over the place. We have the collector's edition of it. Like, I love Cyberpunk. That was an amazing game, amazing story. You know, it looked amazing. I played it on PC, and just like I have it on PC, and I bought it on Xbox to get the collector's edition just to have it. But I played it on PC because obviously it's stupid to not play it on PC.
The collector's edition
play it on PC because CD Projekt Red they cook on a PC, yo. They cook.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
good
never
thing,
fired
right?
it.
full
Because
path
of
tracing.
the
It is
mess.
fire. It's
Yeah,
like,
I haven't played the full path tracing, which is what I want to do,
oh
but I
my
know I
god,
get like lost in it, and I'm like almost like afraid to do it. I need like to know that I don't have anything else going on because I really want to dive in and just play it.
man. Well,
So good. It's
I'm
so
gonna tell
good.
you this, bro. This is gonna be a great game. This is got a potential to be like possibly one of the best games ever. If they
Well, we're
deliver,
actually that's the
if
next
they
that's the
deliver.
next topic. That's the next topic. So let's
Actually,
any-
bro,
any-
I had to go because tomorrow
oh shit.
tomorrow I gotta be up extremely early,
Damn.
bro. Like,
I
bro,
didn't
you're
even
not gonna
realize the
believe it.
time, fam.
No, that was
Yeah.
that went by
Holy
fast.
hell.
Yeah,
That did go by fast. All right,
yeah,
well,
man.
Demo, be
Demo
easy, bro.
Flow
Thank you so
Gaming.
much. Let everybody
Yeah.
know where to find you.
I'll see you guys on the next one, bro. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me. Go see my show tomorrow, 6 p.m. I think. I don't know. Whatever. Just want to get something done
Just
for the community
subscribe
because I couldn't
and
make
ring the
it.
bell.
Yeah, I couldn't freaking make it, bro. But whatever, you guys,
all good,
I
man.
got you tomorrow. I'll see you on the next one, bro. I gotta go to sleep, sadly, even though I want to
Be
play
easy,
Call of Duty,
homie.
but whatever. Life is
All right,
hard.
fam.
I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Bye, guys.
Be
See you,
easy,
man.
bro. Be easy.
Bye.
Peace. Bye-bye. All right. It's not a long topic, so I do just want to kind of get into it because this is like the time that it makes sense to talk about this. So anything, well, just to be clear, are we anything else about the Intergalactic, the wokeness, the game itself, any of that stuff? Anything?
Look, I think
No?
what they, The Last of Us 2 left a like an odd state for Naughty Dog. And unfortunately, I think that's what's causing more of this than not, I can't imagine it just being just because she's a woman that's not white. That seems so stupid to me. But like Naughty Dog did sort of step in it with some of the comments that Neil made. Fair enough. Okay.
I don't think the white part counts
So-
for here. I think it's just like the minority part
shaved
is
her head.
just. Yeah, I think it's just the fact that she's a woman first. So the being a woman is the first strike for the woke crowd, right? That's strike one. And then it's just like layers on top of it of the other things. But look, I'm actually upset because
I
it looks
just don't
like
get
they're
that one.
abandoning The Last of Us, which would suck because there is a part 3 that should exist.
Part 3 that should be. But I mean,
like
they
at the end
might
of
be
part
tired
1,
of
they
it,
didn't need
right?
a part 2. But at the end of part 2, there's
really
definitely
need
should be a
3.
part 3. So
maybe they're just taking a break because they're tired of it, right? It's got to be draining to do something like that, right? So maybe they just want a different story, and that's fine, fair enough, right? Go ahead. Maybe they'll come back to that afterwards. But look, what happened?
Oh my god!
Don't know.
Rody Revenge says if they would have showed some cool gameplay, people would have been like, "Damn, Will Smith wife is amazing in this game." It's like, yo, why you gotta do Jada like that? Why you gotta do Jada like that, yo? Oh my god! Wow. Will Smith is somewhere right now. Keep my motherfucker. That's wild. Holy shit.
Damn. Wow.
It's crazy.
Look, I
It's
hope this
crazy.
doesn't affect the sales of this game, but a lot of this stuff does impact the sales. A lot of times when these kind of things happen, it does unfortunately hit them. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Like, let it come out. We'll find out. It's years away. Let's see more about it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely excited.
Oh my god, you saw Don.
See it. Don Sicario says Will Smith's gonna be a boss battle, a boss fight. That's a dumb man. Oh
Just
my
a bunch
God.
of slaps.
Serve says, what do they want? Miss USA fighting aliens in space? Well, I mean, that's literally
Apparently.
that's
Yeah.
what they want. Look at Stellar Blade, right? She should not look like that. But I mean, look, it ultimately it is what it is. Like none of it matters. If they make games like Stellar Blade and you want to do that, great. But like, don't I don't know. Just leave the fucking games alone. Just let it see what happens. It is what it is. Naughty Dog is one of the few PlayStation studios that I actually like. So we'll see we'll see what happens with this one. Am I gonna cry that it's shit, or am I gonna be like, you know what? This is why I had a PlayStation 5 years later, 6 years later. And this is why I had it. Son of a bitch.